Good morning, people. Good morning. Good morning. Bright eyed and bushy tail of hope. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, this is me, Spirit Journey, and it's another Monday. Good morning, Monday. It is July 11th, 2022, and the time is about 5:49 a.m. Very relaxed right now. I've been up for about an hour. Yeah, about an hour. I had one glass of water, so I'm halfway. Yeah, stay hydrated, people. Stay hydrated. Yes, I got at least about 16 ounces to have a drink, another one. Yes, I have I think it's easier. You keep like a jug of water by your bed, and you have a glass nearby, and you make sure you get your water. I think this works best for me. Yeah, actually trying to use up I had bought gallons of water, bottled water, earlier in the year. And there's a season for water, and so I really want to use up this supply, and then buy new ones, new bottle. That's my plan. Yeah. So I hope all you are doing well this morning. It looks gorgeous out there. It's real, has a very peaceful feel. Yes, it is overcast, and I can hear the birds in the background. It's really pleasant. And my window is cracked open a little bit, and so, oh, and my air filter is right next to me. Let me show you that. It's an air filter, and it feels great. I have it on low, and so I get like a slight breeze. It feels fantastic. The breeze, yeah. I do better in cooler. When it gets too warm for me, I don't do well. I get like I feel uncomfortable. Yeah. So the coolness, um, I respond well, and you can always like put a sweater on it, blankets and things like that. Yeah, I'm still in bed. Yeah, I have my bed face the window. It works better for me. Like you notice, in pictures when you look at photographs of rooms, like a designer room, and they always have the bed um, parallel to the wall, where the windows are. And so when you look at it, you have to turn your neck. You're never looking at it straight on, like what I'm doing right now. I'm looking straight on. It's not good for the neck. I mean, I had my room set up like how they always have have it, parallel. And I was getting severe neck pains. Severe, yeah. The TV was like that. I had the TV to this, up against the window, and I'm watching, and boy, it was killing my neck. So this is a way for me that to maintain my neck. Yeah, when I get on that, get on that computer stuff, I think it's the intensity of the light and all that. Ouch. Boy, my, boy, those are my joints. I move my legs and went snap, crackle, and pop there. Sorry, sorry. Yeah, that's why you drink your water too. Yeah, I think what happens. Yeah, I walked a lot yesterday. I did. I walked a lot yesterday, and your joints start to fill up with fluid, and so you gotta, it builds up. I think it's you know, um, just to keep things hydrated and stuff like that. But man, yeah, it starts to fill up with water. So that's why you better make sure you drink your water to stay hydrated, keep everything cushy. But I'm still snap, crackle, and pop, boy. God. And you back too. You just doing a move. Oh God. Yeah, a little laughter. It's okay. A little laughter in the morning. Yeah. But it feels great, that air on my body. It feels fantastic. I'm very relaxed right now. It looks gorgeous. Yes, I said just a moment ago, I did go out yesterday with the gang here, my babies. Yeah, two of them are right here with me. That's Lily and Lavin. Yeah, they love their sleep. And my little lilac, she's halfway under the bed. That's her. She's on her little pillow. Yeah, so they all doing well. And yeah, it was warm yesterday. It was very warm. Yeah, Lily did. She didn't want to really walk. I rode them all to the park in their stroller. We get to the park. I take her out, and then boom, she jumped right back in. Yeah, she's been doing that a lot. That's Lily over here. I hope everything's okay. They have the doctor's appointment a week and a half around from now. So I'll tell the doctor. Yeah, they're gonna get their teeth cleaned, all that, and I'll let them know any hey, check out this or that. Yeah, yeah, want her healthy. Yeah, I don't know whether it's more psychological. See, she competes with Lilac. Lilac's the one on the floor down there. That's her. And Lilac actually, she is an instigator. She'll do something, and then the other, usually Lily's the one that follows along. But now, Lavender's following along. Yeah, they're rebelling against their kibble. I've been getting the wrong kibble. I don't know why. I mean, I looked at the bag, and I thought it was this other brand. I've been getting this. I mean, they look alike, but something could look alike and not be the same thing. Yeah, I've been getting this other brand, and I don't know why I thought it was. Uh, I'm not gonna give the brand, 'cause you know, but I'm wondering, yeah, 'cause yeah, I've been giving them this brand, and I don't know why I didn't. I don't know. I don't know, but yeah, but I'm wondering whether they're really that compatible. I'm gonna check. Yeah, because I didn't want to get something that is highly processed, and yeah, because I might. Yeah, it was a lot of money. I said, man, the one bag was $90, 90. It was I think a 21-pound bag, and I said, man. I said, wow, the price went up. Yeah. Yeah, it might be a little bigger, like they have a tiny, small and a medium. I guess I've been getting the medium, and then this one might be the large or something. Yeah, I didn't expect that. I said 90 something. Yeah, yeah, I can see when I compared it with the bag I have at home already. I see there is a size difference. Yeah, I'm not good with size, people. I'm not. You get a bag of something, to me it's just all the I can't really tell the difference. Yeah, something's big, but then something might be even bigger, until you really pair them together. Then you can really see that, hey, this is a different size. Yeah, bad on me. I admit it's bad on me. So yeah, the gang here are doing okay. And I did leave. I didn't leave my usual time, and so the temperature was a little different. And I attribute, in part, to this one of Walker's. It was a little hotter, and I had the water. Yeah, make sure you got little ones out there. You have their water and little treats or something. Yeah, and I made sure I got my water. So anyhow, getting through that info. So what I want to talk about today? Oh, yeah, before I forget. Yeah, it's another anniversary of um, someone from my family. Yeah, today's, as I said, July 11th. This is the anniversary of my father's passing. I can't believe it. 13 years ago, his passing. Yes, may he rest in peace this day. And interesting, tomorrow be the anniversary of another family who uh, passed away 1 year ago. And tomorrow would be the anniversary of his burial, actually. Um, yeah, I wasn't present for that. They had those who couldn't make it. They had it like like a Zoom, it was a Zoom thing. So they had it recorded, live, so you can participate live. Yeah, may he rest in peace also. So yeah, so two people. Yeah, they passed away 12 years apart. Can't believe it. Can't believe it. Um, yes, I just want to just recognize that. So, wow, I can't believe it's 13 years since my family member's passing. Can't believe it. Yeah, I was in school back then. I was in college. And interesting, really interesting. Yesterday was the last time I spoke to that. Yes, 12 years ago. I'm sorry, 13 years ago. Yesterday was the last time I spoke to that person. Yeah, I had gotten yeah, I was doing schoolwork and I got a phone call from a family member. And they seemed upset. They've never sounded that way over the phone. And I knew something serious. They asked me to join them to see that other family member. And I said, of course. Yeah, we got there around 7 p.m. Other people had just left, and we had just so happened to come by. And I spoke to him. As I spoke to that family member, not knowing that that was the last time that I'll speak to them. But it's weird that I say it like that because he's had like moments, you know, and then it seemed like he'd recover, get his strength back. So I just thought that was just one of those things, that he'll just recover, he'll get his strength back. But I think in my inner spirit, I knew otherwise because of what I would say. I asked him right out. I asked him, do they, I just felt the person, knowing who the person was, and they were about being very proactive and planning ahead. And so I just asked for, um, you know, how he would want to be, does he want to be in his military uniform or civilians? And he told me, he told us. And I even asked him to bless me and the other family member for blessing. I said, well, because back then I was still a Christian. I said, well, in the Bible, so and so blessed so and so, at that time. Uh, why don't you bless us? You have to bless us. I've never talked that way to this person. Never. But I just felt it was appropriate to say so. And Yeah, by this time he was getting, he was tired because he had, just spoke to some other people, so he was tired. But, and even then, like, 1 minute he seemed to have strain. He was able to, give one or two, words, just briefly. And by the time we were to leave, we left like an hour later. He was tired, and then we left. And I guess the other family members knew also of, they sent something also. Maybe the doctors told them something, and they were getting a list compiled, for the preparing for the funeral. And yeah, I think I stayed. I might have stayed there overnight. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But we were, yeah, it might have been. I might have stayed over. I just know that in the morning I was there with those other people, and we all went together. We went to the funeral home, and then we went to the hospital. And yeah, the person wasn't really um, conscious. They're like half conscious. They're coming in and out. They're moving around in their bed. Um, and the doctor said what they said. Um, that would be his last day. And I stood by his side when that time happened, and I'm glad I did that for him. Yeah, I wasn't on good terms with him. Being honest, I was not on good terms with him, but I felt it important to be there. Whatever what you feel your heart is telling you to do. I mean, who knows how to grieve, what to say, what not to say. Yes, good morning, viewer, good morning. So who's to say what you say or don't say? It's not like we get lessons in life, what to do, how to mourn. Now some cultures are very, you know, exact. You do X, Y, and Z. But really, you're not really taught, at least in this culture here, at least with me, it's you just kind of like follow along, you know. But I stayed in the room, and he did transition, and I gave my goodbyes when they put, when the doctor came in. You have to have, a doctor comes in the room. He was at a hospital, and the doctor said that, what they said, and that's when I really gave my goodbyes and everything, because now I know. Um, but yeah, may he rest in peace and power, and my other family member tomorrow be anniversary of his burial. Yeah, yeah, I can't believe it. May he rest in peace also. So outside of that, let me go to the next subject. Yes, I had a let's see. What else I want to talk about? What was that? Yeah, I know I wrote in the description. I want to talk about the tarot cards, and there was something else. Oh, what did I say? Oh, brother, I don't. What I wrote in the description. What else I was going to talk about? Oh, the vision thing. How could I forget that? Yeah. Let me talk about the vision thing. Yeah, so you know that I do this practice in the morning upon awakening. Whether you are dreaming or sleeping, and you awaken, keep your eyes closed, and you just relax, and look through your eyelids as if you're doing that. And what I saw today, it's weird. I've seen the creatures there. I call them creatures. I've seen them before. And in fact, a while back, a while back, I used to see them all the time in the vision. You know, again, my eyes are closed. But yeah, I would see, well, what I saw. At first, I saw on what looked like on the ground, but it was at a distance. I'm as if I'm looking down from the ceiling because it seemed to be some distance. I saw a seal on the ground, like a governmental seal. I've seen something like that. It looked familiar. It looked like, but it was at a distance. I couldn't really tell. I said, "Hey, I wonder is that the same one that I saw before?" That's what I said to myself as I was looking at it downward. Um, but then I noticed on the my peripheral vision, like almost like a tunnel vision it was. I see these, it looked like two creatures climb, I know it sounds bad, look like insects, ants to be more specific. Ant like had like an ant-like body, large, and they were crawling upward. And you could like, I mean, it was so faint. It was very hazy. It was very hazy, the vision. It wasn't clear. But yeah, it seems like every time when I see those creatures, it's not as clear, a little hazy. Sometimes they're more clear than others. Yeah, it's been quite a while, been a couple of months, I think, since I've seen them in a vision. But yes, I saw them. There were about two, and you can see that like they're on their what do you call it, expenditures, like trying to reach at me, reaching for me. So it's like I am the viewer. I could see, and they could. It seems like they could see me, and so it doesn't look real. It's like you're looking. You ever look at your TV set or your monitor and you're watching something like that. But I think they could see me because something is there in their reality, something that they are aware of, and they are trying to get at me. It is wild. And you just see something. You don't feel anything. You just like you're looking now, that just like that. And interesting, you don't see yourself. That would be interesting. If you're able to look in a mirror, in a vision, you get a makeshift mirror, you materialize a mirror. What do you look like? What do you look like to them? That would be interesting. That would be interesting. And what I don't know, people, is that like whatever what phenomenon is happening for me to see what I see, is it all the same phenomenon? What do I mean when I say that? Well, again, sometimes I feel like I'm just an observer. I'm just like someone looking at a TV set versus someone who is there energetically, uh, because sometimes they see me. They look like they are seeing something and they're responding to it violently. They are those little, what I call insectoids. They are feverish trying to grab at me. What it seems like, as if I was there. Whoever who they're looking at, they're trying to get at. Even though I'm here in my room. So what is actually happening? What do I look like to them? Do I look like an energy form? Do I look like myself? Do I look translucent? What do I look like when I appear? Have any of you, like, you're just minding your own business, you're in your home, and then you see something from the corner of your eye. And when you look, you might see like one time I saw it looked as if the like a portal, like the air looked almost like a gel, like something congealed, and it was a light color, light congealed thing, um, or something you see like a flash of light to the your peripheral, and when you look, you don't see anything. Only at one time it looked like that gel. The air looked like it, like a little portal. Maybe it could have been maybe 7 inches, 8 inches diameter, and it was just for a split second, and then it disappeared. I'm wondering whether it's that what's happening. I wonder when you see phenomena like that. I mean, I've heard people on the internet say, the corner of the eye they saw a light or something, but they look, they don't see anything. And remember, a year and a half ago, I made mention that a bright light went wham out right in my first it was my left eye. A bright light. It felt like something hit. I mean, kind of like as if a light source entered my eye, blinded me, with the light, my left eye, and then it got my right eye, about a second apart. Yeah, that during that time, that was just before my birthday, and actually 2 weeks before my birthday, I would see these things on the corner of my eye, but I think they were what they call floaters. They looked like blood cells or something, because it was like a tube, and you see this thing racing through. And I did go on the internet, and it could be your capillaries, and I believe that's what it was happening. Um, but see, other things were happening. So I'm just wondering what I mean, what was that thing that hit my eye? Was that for healing? I mean, I go to the eye doctors all the time. I just went to the eye doctors last week actually. They said my eyes seem okay. It's a little weaker. Yeah, I've been on that, been on the internet a lot. So I think I have eye strain. Um, I think it's 2015. I think no 20. I think they said 20. Was it 2030 or 2015? Something I forget the numbers. But yeah, so it was a little weaker. Well, which one is the weaker number? That's the one I had. um, what else? Um, yeah. So think a lot of things were happening then. 2 weeks before my birthday, a lot of activity, and I went to the eye doctor uh, a month later, and he said my eyes are fine. I had got my reading prescription, and that was it. Yeah, I had a thorough eye exam. What else? Yes, I'm wondering what it is. Oh, yeah, and then when my birthday came, yeah, my birthday came, and I had a visitation of an orb. Yeah, I saw an orb just for a couple of seconds. Yeah, it was very, you could see it so clear. It was right by my face. It's like it wanted me to know that it was there. It went, it started from my cheek, my cheekbones on my left side, right by the eyes. And it caught my attention. So I looked down and I see this thing, and I just follow with my eyes. I didn't move my head. And then it moved diagonally alongside my face and reached to the tip of my nose. Hello. Yeah, it wanted me to see him. It wanted me to see him, I think. Yeah. It just seemed to have I know it sounds weird, but it seemed to have a personality. It was a brilliant white, pure white light of rays. It was a light rays. It looked like little prickly light rays. Very, very, like a needle sharp. And it moved gracefully. It was really beautiful to watch. So that was something, that activity, that for a period of like 2 weeks. And then that's when I got my I utilized my camera. I had set it up in my room. I have like a body cam that was working at that time. The infrared thing was working. And I recorded orbs. And then I bought another device, a security camera, and I record those orbs. So those of you who want to see orbs, I have another channel. It's called Orb Whisperer. Orb Whisperer. Yeah, a separate channel, just my orbs. Yeah, I stopped doing the orb things, filming them. I mean, I have the cameras, because I had them on for a while, for like a year. I said, they're always on. I really want more privacy. If I feel like I want to put it up, to film more paranormal stuff, I do that. So I turn the cameras off. But I might start again around my birthday. Yeah, I feel that something was happening in that other dimension. Something, because I was seeing all these phenomena with my, the it looked like the, what do you call it? What do you call them? Floaters. Yeah, I think my eyes were getting damaged being on this screen all day. Yeah, and maybe that light source came to heal my eyes. Interesting, it's the left eye first, and they got the right one. And when I had the visitation from the orb, it was my left eye. Also, another phenomenon, when I get this thing clog in my ear. I've had it for many, many, many years. It feels as if water is in it. And I got my ears checked. That's one thing. I always, any little thing with my body, I used to tell my Mom, I had this symptom. She raced me to the doctor. And they could never find anything. Never. Yes, always the left side. Yeah, when I had the earache. Yeah, yeah, something always with the left side. So it's really interesting. I mean, it could be just a coincidence that uh, the eye that had a lot of activity was my left eye, and then the right eye did something too. So yes, good morning, viewer. Good morning. So yeah, so that's what I saw. I saw these. I saw it looked like a government seal on the floor. I've seen it. It was a large one, but again, I was some distance away from it, as if I'm near the ceiling, and it almost had like a tunnel vision in it. It was very narrow, and the thing, the what looked like giant ants. It was two ants climbing up something. Well, I believe this place, where it is, this is real, I believe. This is not imagination. And why I say that, people, remember a couple of days ago, yeah, this was it still kind of embarrasses me. I had a vision last week of an African man. He was in a, I think, a modern home or something. It was dark in the room, and he was in a black chair, looked like a leather chair, and he doesn't have a shirt on, but he has these necklaces, these long necklaces on his neck, and one of them had looked like a like in Hawaii they have this this one made out of tea leaves. It almost looks something like that one. It reminded me of that. But this is clearly an African guy. Um, Other than that, he looked very modern. Um, and he's watching something, and there's light reflecting off his face. And it was dark in the room, so I said, okay, he must be looking at a TV or a monitor. And he's looking with excitement, and he's kind of like, and then he looks up, and he got mad. I kid you not. And I'm just seeing as if like it's a movie, right? Just like today, what I saw, like it's like something on a TV screen. It's not real. It's just like you're watching a TV or your computer screen. So I'm not taking what I'm seeing as real. Well, this person looks up at me and grimaces at me angrily, look real angry. And guess what? Yeah, it was like when I saw him initially, it was pretty clear what I was seeing because it was dark in the room, and I could, as if I'm there. It was clear, but it wasn't like three-dimensional. That wasn't, no. It was like I mean, yeah, it wasn't that ultra high, high, what do you call it, HD vision. Yeah, it wasn't like that. But I've had things like that when it's ultra clear, fourth dimensional. Like they're right, it's so clear. It's so he looks up, and I think at this time it's starting to get blur. And I'm trying to stay neutral as what I'm watching. Thinking that it's not really he's just reacting. But not that he's reacting because I'm there or whatever. He then, because now it's getting a slightly blur. Guess what he does? As I mentioned last week, he took a spear. He took a spear, and he's trying to poke me with it. I kid, I kid you. Yes, good morning, viewer. Yeah, he took a spear and aimed it at me. Oh, this guy was tenacious. And I said, oh God, let me get out of here. So I opened up my eyes. I couldn't believe it. I said, oh my God, this person actually saw me. Is this what's happening? I don't know who this individual was. His features were very, he had a very exotic nose. A black fella, a black African type person. Um, his nose was very unique. He had we call a flat wide nose, but it was a different shape. It was just different than other noses that I've seen. He was really, really, I guess, very, I don't know, very different. His I mean, everything else just like a regular African, but his nose, I noticed noses. His nose was just very different than other African noses. Even whether you're East African, Central or West, it was just different. It was the base of the nose was very wide, very short nose, but just very shapely, very different than noses I've seen in Africa. Yeah, he could easily be someone from, anybody, any one of them from West Africa or, um, yeah, he didn't look like, you know, the Horn of Africa. No, not like that. Yeah, I would say something like West Africa. Um, yeah, or Equatorial Africa. Yeah, I don't know who he was, but I believe I some. It's really interesting. What allows me to see what I see? I don't know where this man was. Never seen this man before. I didn't like say, oh, let me go visit such and such place. I don't do that. When I wake up from my sleep, I just lie there in bed, keep my eyes closed, and I see whatever what I see. I think that maybe in my sleep world, um, I must be visiting other places. And I think maybe the last thing that I might have experienced sometime during the night, um, that maybe my subconscious went back there. Because I am interested in Africa. I'm very interested in Africa for, I guess, like many blacks in the Americas, we think about what it might be like to live in Africa. I guess with the turmoil that's happening here, the what do you call it? What's that word? The hype that's happening here in the States. Yeah, it's becoming more. At least they're advertising it more. Awareness about Africa. Go back to Africa. But remember, I did mention a couple of months ago. It could have been in the month of May. This super soldiers. Hey, Kendrick. Yeah, how you doing? How you doing? Good to see you, Kendrick. It's always good to see your name out there. It's always good to see you. Yeah, so what I'm thinking, yeah, the super soldiers, this guy, and I shared you that video also. Okay, you doing good. Very nice. I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that. So yeah, remember a couple months ago I shared with you the video, and it's these super soldier, and he was saying that again he did this interview, I think in 2013. Let's see, it could have been in 2013. Yeah, I indicated all that information for you guys. I shared with you when it was uploaded. Yeah, it was an upload of an upload. Like, um, it was with Kerry Cassidy. She is a researcher. She's no longer on YouTube. Yeah, they pulled her channel and many of the researchers' channels on YouTube. And so you can only see them on their website. So you can even check yourself, go on Kerry Cassidy's website, Kerry, Kerry, Cassidy, Cassidy. I think that's the spelling. And you just check on her website, and she has videos. I'm not sure if you have to pay to see the videos on her website. Because yeah, they pulled her channel on YouTube, so how is she gonna make money? So you have people who make copies. Evidently, maybe they made a copy of her video before it was pulled. Yeah, sometimes they just target people and not video per se. Yeah, that happens a lot. They might pull a YouTuber's channel, but you have other people who download and make copies because they want the information out there. So there was these two what they call super soldiers. They have privy to they have access to certain places and people. They've seen a lot, and someone had shared with them that they want to provoke black they said black people, and I think it was I'm not sure if he specified the U.S., but of course the U.S. is part of it. But he mentioned that they want to create a series of events to provoke black people to return back to Africa because they want to zap us there. Well, he didn't use the term zap, but he said kill, to kill them. And those that they don't kill, to sell them to other beings, so to be taken off planet. This is what he said, and it just sounded like yeah, right. I didn't take it serious, but That was in, was that 2013 or 2011? I forget what year, but it was a while ago. And boom, that's what's happening now in the U.S. They created, like the people that got killed by the cops and all that. And so what's happening? Well, they're creating a social environment to upset and rock the boat of the comfort of Black America, or those people who identify as Black people or whatever. And people, I see all these videos now. They're different channels. Let's see, one, two, three, four, five. I know of five people, five YouTubers who are promoting that. Yeah, and I watch them. Some of them are pretty good, actually. But yeah, they are encouraging and sharing stories of people who have moved to what they call the motherland. Oh, yes. Yep. And so I was thinking, when I started seeing this, and then I just so happened to get the video, the Kerry Cassidy interview with those two super soldiers. One was doing, at least the clip that they showed, one was doing most of the talk. And that was the bigger one, yeah, the bigger guy. And he shared this information. How would he know that? There weren't things like, I mean, there was the Trayvon Martin thing that happened in 2012. Yeah, people forget about that. Trayvon Martin, he was the 17-year-old, and he was murdered by George Zimmerman. Well, okay, they're not going to say murder anymore, um, but George Zimmerman did kill him, and that incident is what shook me up. That was in 2012, people. Oh my God, that's over 10 years ago. The incident happened February of 2012. Yeah, February of 2012 when I got the news. And then the trial was in 2014. And that was the spark for me that got me very black-centered, black-centric, more aware. I said, because see, I have nephews and male siblings, and that could have happened to them. I was very sensitive, and I said, oh my God, that what happened to Trayvon Martin could have happened to a loved one, and that shook me up, and that's what got me. But getting books on Black history, everything very Black centered. Um, I got African. I had some African outfits made for my birthday. Um, I got my hair braided. Yeah, I was getting in touch with my African side. um, but yeah, that's what started it for me. Um, but whether to really move, I mean, um, a lot of things happened since 2012. In the States, a lot of melee, as I call it, melee, a lot of violence, a lot of destruction. Um, but I think he's right. I think that super soldier, I forget his name, um, but I believe that is that they want to rock the boat here, to cause blacks and other so-called minorities to riot and cause destruction. And I feel that what their goal is, what the system who's behind this, they want to overthrow this country. And they want to use and provoke black people to do it. See, they're too cowardice to do themselves. They're cowards. These people who work behind the scenes are cowards. You want something done, you do it yourself. You want to do good, you want to do bad, you do it on your own. And leave black people alone. Leave us alone. Yeah, you want to do something, You don't like the country. That's your problem. And do what you want to do with your own hands. But see, they're cowards, and so they target us. They target blacks and other groups to have us do the destruction. Do your damn self. Excuse my French. Do it yourself. Just leave us alone. Stop trying to antagonize us to do violence. Yeah, don't do violence, people. Don't do it. If someone attacks you, you have a right to defend yourself. Yes, but don't destroy your city. See, they want you to destroy where you live. They want you to destroy the stores, the grocery stores, all this stuff. They want you crippled. They want you to destroy your neighborhood. Don't do it. Don't destroy your neighborhood. Don't do it. Yeah, so they want you to do the dirty work, to destroy yourself. And I said, don't do it. Stay at home. Stay at home. Read a good book. Meditate. Do all those things. Yeah, don't be the tool of the devil. Yeah, there's a devil out there that's using your history to upset you. And shame on them for that. Shame on them who are behind this chaos. So yeah, it's really interesting. It's social engineering, people. They're trying to do the social engineering, and they want to overthrow the country. They want to make it, in my opinion, they want to make it into a communist regime. And it's interesting that everything seems to flow from what do you call it? China. The that virus thing. Where did it all that melee first start? When it hit the media, right? That particular country, right? And everybody watched on TV. I know, I watched it, and it's like you notice throughout the world, you never saw anybody, like, remember in the videos, you see people on the floor in the street, like a fish out of water. Remember that? How come you never saw anything like that here? I mean, God forbid, I don't want anything like that to happen. God forbid. But worldwide, you never saw that. You never saw them acting like that. And yet they said a lot of people were getting the virus. Remember that? You got to start remembering these things and try to put the pieces together. You never saw it. They said like I live in New York City, and you never saw it. People in the street getting like that. Never. People, it was an act. Those people out there at that time, these were actors and actresses in that country, in Asia. And they're flopping around to make people fear. I think initially fear attacked people. Fear. People began to be afraid. And they just said, oh, you gotta sit, like what do you call it, like hypochondria? If someone got a cough, oh, you got a cough. If someone sneezes, oh, you got to sneeze. I think that's initially what happened. And I think fear was killing people. And then they put in that that thing in the air. They did something. They did something eventually, yeah. So I think it generates with them. And I think when the 45th, number 45 administration, when he said, bring back jobs to America, America first, That country in Asia didn't like that. They didn't like it. And that's when the melee really started. When he announced that he was going to run for presidency, and he said, bring back the jobs here, America first. Well, that particular country wants to be first. If you go and look at where you get your stuff, start looking at the products and see where it's made. So I was very, I thought everything was made in America. I was very ethnocentric. I thought everything made in America. And then I started looking. You know those big stores that you see in the city? Those big, big, big stores? I'm not going to mention their name. It's all made in China. I said, oh, oops, I wasn't supposed to say that word. So sorry. Oh, oh, my hands. Sorry, my hands are cramping. So I'm holding my device. Ooh. Sorry, I was holding my device. My hands are getting numb because I'm holding this device. Yeah. Start looking at your looking at where things are made, especially appliances, things that are mass produced. It's not made here in America. It's not even made in Europe. It is made in that country. Yeah. And so their bread and butter, that other country said, whoa, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Yeah. And then they wanted us to wear the mask. Remember that. You know, there's still people here in New York City that are wearing the mask still. I kid you not. There's still a remnant of people are wearing it. Why? People, you need oxygen. You need oxygen to breathe. Yeah. Your cortisol level is going to be real high. Yeah, I'm concerned about certain things. I'm very concerned about, they're pushing it. And I believe it's that country. And no, and this is not a rant against people from that country. It's a rant against the governments of that country. It is not about the people, the general population. No, the general population is innocent. But the people, governments there that is at war with us. So you don't need bombs to have a war. This is an economic war. You scare people enough, oh, you got to wear a mask. Oh, you got to stay at home. And it's the people. Look at this now. It's the our current administration is behind it. Remember, they were stealing the vote. They have cameras of people taking boxes and putting it through the machine several times. Those people were not prosecuted. At least I never heard of it. If you want to believe that the other person won, then so be it. But that person who put it through the box, that machine several times on camera, should be prosecuted. And they should strip them of the right to vote. When you do that, that person and the people who told them to do that should be banished the right to vote. They should never have the right to vote. When they did that, that's a violation of a nation when you do that. Yeah, that's what happened. So, yeah, so um, it was, see, they wanted Hillary, because, see, Hillary's like she has that bent, that communist bent. Remember she wore that outfit that looked like a Mao Zedong outfit? Yeah, she is a socialist. and Obama was a socialist. And when Hillary didn't win, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, it rocked the boat and it got them angry, the system. You notice they never let him go, number 45. They always harassed him throughout his whole, again, you don't have to like number 45. You don't have to, he has a lot of things about him that would, yes, upset a lot of people. But what upset them, the system, was when he said America first and bring back the jobs back to America. Black America should have jumped on that and said yes. But see, we got caught up in the race card, and here's someone who's really trying to help us. How the hell are you going to pay your rent if all the jobs are being sent overseas? Tell me. But you got caught up in the race card, some of you. But I was told that the last election, the largest number of black people voted for him actually. So I commend those who decided to give him a chance. But they had to steal the election to win. And look at it now. You notice the people that voted for him, they don't say anything about him. You notice that? They say nothing about him, about what he's doing. Yeah, it all started with number 45, and he said America first. So a lot of people are tied to China. They're tied economically, and they're trying to penetrate Africa. Not they're trying to, they are penetrating Africa. And they're not treating and again, this is not a rant against the people, the regular people there. You have people who may work for the government, and they have a plan, and they want to control it there. Yeah, they're controlling Africa. They're controlling the planet. Poor countries. See, China has the numbers. China has the numbers. And they're using that as leverage, in my opinion. They're using that as leverage to bully other countries. They can always make it cheaper. Everything cheaper, because they have mass production. Those people don't make money in that country, and they use slave labor. People from prison, they force them to work. Remember, China is communism. China is a communist country, and not Russia. Russia is not a communist country. You notice everything is against Russia, and no, I'm not trying to be pro-Russia, but I'm just noticing, if Russia was so bad, why you follow China? I thought Russia was bad because they used to be communists. They're no longer communists, but China is. But yet we do all business with China. We're bringing in all their students too. They are flocking to the schools here in New York City. There's a large percentage of Asian students. Again, this is not an anti-Asian rant. I'm just showing you what is socially happening here. And it's making the United States, it's making New York City look more and more like communist China. This is about the government, not about the people. I'm not attacking the people, the average people. They're working quiet. They are learning all their high technical jobs. And they're being hired too. You look at these high-rise buildings that they're making here in New York City. Who lives in them? Well, they're not black people that live in them. It's people from these countries. And they're given these jobs, these sensitive jobs, to control your computers, your techies. But yet they want you to think that black people are the spooky one and to be wary. No, people, we are not the threat. See, we are the scapegoat. We are the distracted that you want us to be. I mean, how do I that? You're using us as a distracted. You want people to look at your right hand when it's your left hand doing things. So you use the race car to cause people to get angry and want to rebel. But it's what your left hand is doing, and you're bringing in danger. They're bringing in danger. And they're quiet. And you're allowing them sensitive jobs. And they make a lot of money. So they're able to bring that money home to their country. Again, they have almost 2 bit with it. They have over 1 billion, that's with a B as a boy. They have over 1 billion people. They're 1 billion, they're 1 billion larger than us, the US. I'm not a mathematician, but 1% of even 1 billion. Do we have a mathematician out there who knows what 1% of 1 billion is? If they only take 1% of their population and have them go to the Western world, like the US, Canada, Australia, Britain, and have them, you get the best of 1%. So they're able to get into those colleges. Just 1% of your population. It's a fraction. They're not going to notice 1% missing out of over 1 billion people. They're sending them to the U.S. See, also I learned when you're a foreign exchange student, it's a different process. It's a different process. You get in easier as a foreign student. It's not this, and I'm not trying to minimize their qualification, but it's a different process, and they have to pay much more, and that's why it's very lucrative to get foreign students because they have to pay a higher price. These Ivy League schools are expensive, people. It is expensive. It's a lot of money, so they bring in more money. Remember, a lot of people are losing their jobs here in America, and they can't afford the colleges. But these people overseas can, because they may be sponsored by their government. And so they work that way. And so now you have, like in Asia, when you look in Asia, they all got these masks on. Even before the COVID, way before the COVID, a couple of years before, I noticed the tourists from East Asia, they all had masks on. They had masks. I kid you not, people. They had masks on. And they're making New York hospitable for those people from that country. So they got masks in East Asia. Well, we're going to have masks here in New York and the rest of America. It is to it's to cater to their needs. I went downtown. I went to the village yesterday with my dogs. And around that area, you have a lot of students from that area. Hello? So Americans, they don't want to go to school anymore? Yes, yes, yeah. Let me rephrase that. Anybody, any race could be an American. You know, let me stop making it, let me correct myself. But there's an geographic. Now the largest group, okay, let's go there. The largest group in New York City are people from the Caribbean, Dominicans. That is the largest ethnic group. And you have others, you have other groups from all over the world. You don't see them down there. You don't see them down there. So if you want to just say population wise, in New York City, the largest group, they're not being represented down there in those universities. But surprisingly, a very small percentage is being overrepresented. That's all I'm saying. And that is by design. That is by design. That is by design. I talked about this. Yeah, this is all by design to make, uh, they want to make America into communist China. Number 45 said, make America great again. You want to give us hope. This is a great country. It has a lot of positive things about it. Material wise, like you can get drinking water. You can find food. Okay. Let me get my dog. No, I get it. I'll get you. Wait a minute. I have to get my dog down. He wants to jump. Wait a minute. Lavin, let me get you. See that? He wants to jump down. Let me get him down. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, he wanted to jump down. Oh, you want me to open the door now? Okay. He wants me to open the door. Just a moment. I'll open the door. Okay. Sorry about that. Sorry. Oh, well, my knees are still popping. God. Okay, sorry about that. Okay. Yeah. So again, what my focus is not the people, but the government, the politics of what's changing America. Yeah, in America, see, there's so many good things about America. It's big enough so that, if you want to do certain things, you can go to different places. You have variety. And that's like what I'm torn about because, see, I've lived in other places. And it's easy to, you could be a single woman here in New York City. You could go places, you're not as much of a target here. Some places to be a single woman is dangerous. Some cultures, if you are a female, you're not there was an incident that happened to me in France, and it was in an area where a lot of Arabs are. Yeah, France. Now I love France, but there's an area in France that's heavily Arabic. I should say Arab speakers. Some of them are from North Africa and what we call the Middle East. Okay, but they're primarily Arab Muslims. Arabic speakers, and they're Muslim. And in those cultures, these are traditional cultures. And I was assaulted. I was in the military then. We had our civilian clothes on, and I was with another lady. They may have mistaken her as the Arab. She she kind of, could have looked like one of them, well, because after the incident, they started yelling and speaking to her in Arabic, as if like explaining why, their behavior. It was at a pastry shop. Yeah, we just went in to get a pastry. It might have been maybe 7:30 p.m., no later than 8 p.m. I mean, that's not super late, people. Yeah, because I remember we were walking and it was still light outside, I remember. And it was, it was um, September. let's see, October, August or September. August, September. Maybe it was September. Yeah. So, it starts to get a little darker sooner. But it's not like, it's not super late. Yeah. You have people, cultures, uh, you're not supposed to be out there. And that's what I think what happened. They thought we were, um, at least my friend was the Arab, they thought. And who are we? Because when we walked in, they looked at us really mean. So it's not like anything that we said anything. They looked like that, and I'm thinking, uh, they're just looking grouchy. Some men they just look grouchy, like, you know, different cultures they look certain ways. And some places they just always look angry or serious. So I just thought that was it. Yeah. And I think in hindsight, we weren't supposed to be outside because we were women. And they're willing to assault you, to hit you. You don't have a choice. Oh, you're not supposed to say what you want. I'll give you what you deserve. I mean, I can't believe this. And this was in the 1980s in France. France was nice though. I mean, I love France. But certain I'm just trying to say that certain cultures, if you are a female, um, you're not supposed to have uh, a want or make choices for yourself. In America, I can make choices. Right? I could go to a pastry shop here. Oh, I would like this one, please. Oh no, not that one. This one. It's no biggie. You don't hit somebody because they're pointing which one they want behind the glass. You're pointing at the glass. There's the glass. That where everything the display is, and you're just pointing which one you want, and that set them off. Well, that was the excuse. Yeah, so here in America, I can go to different stores. In general, uh, I have that freedom. I can walk different places. There's a lot of good things here. We got these fantastic stores. We you know, and when you go overseas, they're not there. Some places they try to make it look like New York or something, but it's not New York. New York is a different breed. New York has, I mean, I'm spoiled by New York, and that's what makes it kind of challenging about, if I leave all this, I would be leaving a lot of stability. You could go, we have bookstores here. You want to go to a bookstore? We have bookstores. Not as many as before because not everything is electronic. But we still have bookstores. I like bookstores. I like going to bookstores. It's nice and cool in there. Yeah, the bookstores have all the air conditioning. But yeah, yeah, when you compare the U.S. and other countries, you have a lot of positive things. But yes, there's a growing number of other things. Yes, the United States has a problem with race, and they're making people feel a certain way about certain groups. I think overall, people just want to live in peace. People are tired. People just want to come, get work, come home. People are tired, but they want you to think that certain people are certain ways, and they want to create people to act certain ways. media, television shows, movies, they are teaching people to hate certain people, to like certain people, creating trends and have you follow it. Right now, they're pushing the alphabet soup community big time. Big, yeah, New York City, Manhattan specifically. I think when you go to the outer boroughs, they're more conservative. In my experience, when you go into what I call neighborhoody type places, they're more conservative. But things like Manhattan, all the tourists and all that, they're pushing this the alphabet soup big time. They want, and it's for a reason. They want to destabilize. They don't want people to reproduce. They don't want black people, in my opinion. They don't want us to reproduce. They don't want us to have children, but they want us to have all their abortions. And now they, what was that? They reversed the Roe versus Wade. So I don't know what's up. I mean, they do things for a reason. All these new things, it was never an issue before. They passed that law, all that. People doing what they were doing. But why did they switch it now? Because I believe that they're setting up for something else. I think, again, it was to um, instigate again, and then have a whole bunch of black people. They say, "Oh, they're denying you your rights." See, and yeah, I mentioned about a week ago. Um, yeah, I went to this different park last week, and I saw a lady, and she was promoting the abortion stuff. Who was she targeting? When I first initially came, yeah, I had my dogs. She was a couple of feet away from, across from me. And when there was a group of black people, she addressed them. And then the second bunch of black people, I said, "Oh shoot, it looks what it looks like." She's just asking and talking to black people, but God forbid if there's a bunch of black people there, she's gonna try to promote the abortion stuff. She had these flyers, I think. Yeah, that pissed me off. I got real angry. I think she sensed it. Yeah, I was looking at her. I didn't say anything. I wanted to. I wanted to. I wanted to walk over there and say, "Hey, I noticed that you're only targeting black people." Yeah, I was going. But I said to myself, don't instigate anything. Yeah, she didn't ask me. Yeah, yeah. I can't pretend to like somebody or something. I can't pretend. My face. I'm. Some people are better liars. If I don't like something, my eyes. They're very expressive. My eyes are very expressive when I see something that I don't like. Um, so yeah, so this is happening. Yeah, see, they see some blacks are wise enough. This one YouTuber who's promoting the travel. Black people should travel different places. Get move out of the U.S. And oh no, I'm getting confused. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm getting confused with another YouTuber. Yeah, there is a black YouTuber, and she was angry, and she said, "Look, all these years, and now you're targeting blacks to do." Oops, sorry, my battery's low. let me let me plug it in. Yeah, my the battery's low. I have my outlet here. Ah, sorry, I gotta put this on. Boy, I have to put this plug in. Sorry. navigating with one hand. I'm sorry. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's plugged in. I had to plug it in. Yeah. Yeah, she spoke out. Yeah, she does the tarot card. This one black lady. She was angry. Wow. The anger that she had. She's able to see through the intent. She says, "Stop exploiting us, and now you want us to fight for this right for abortion. So you fight your own." She said, she specified the particular race. She says, cut it out. You fight your own battles. We've always in the forefront of everything. So you go up front of the line and you protest. Leave us out. This is your affair, and you caused this to happen. Yeah, she did. And I agree with her in principle. You know, stop being used as the first in defense. So what else now? Yeah, I'm kind of off topic, but it's all everything's really interconnected. What was the other thing I wanted to talk about? I talked about the oh that's right. I was going to talk about the tarot. Yeah, so that leads me to the tarot cards. Yeah, that's right. I wanted to talk about. Yeah, I think that was the last thing I wanted to talk about the tarot cards. Yeah, I bought these new tarot decks, and yeah, I did another reading of regarding what I should do or not. Boy, with tarot cards, I'm wondering. Yeah, let me tell you. Yeah, I did a tarot card. Oh, okay. Let me get my thoughts together. I notice. I think I'm beginning to notice, at least with my ability. I'm not any expert. I mean, I don't have the cards memorized at all. I do a card reading for myself, and I read the booklet what the card represents. Period. But I find it very intriguing. Sometimes the reading is really, really interesting. Um, I notice, I did a reading, was that 5 years ago in 20 was it 2016? Yeah, I did a reading in 2016 for that election. And yeah, I did it live, a live stream. And the results was very interesting. I mean, you can see for yourself. I mean, that's on my channel. Um, I did it more than once a reading back in those days, 2016. Um, yeah, I thought it was very right on it. And then in 2019, I did one early in the year, like mid-year, like in the summer, like right now. Um, and it was a very mixed. It was not a good reading. Or what do I mean by not a good reading in this context? Well, in this context, I mean that the cards didn't make sense. Like jibber jabber. It didn't make any sense. Like the one that I did in 2016 was it flowed excellent. It made sense. This one didn't make sense. So I did it again. I said, maybe it's too early to know. Maybe there's too many variables. Yeah, that's what I think it was. There's too many variables in the game. Whatever what's in charge to finalize the decision who's going to be the leader. It wasn't ironed out yet. It wasn't in stone yet, so to speak. So I did. So I said, okay. Um, I was just impatient. That's all. I was impatient at that time. So I did it the day before, because like when I did it in 2016, I did it the eve before, right before the election. I did it the day before in the evening. So whatever was set, and so it gave a very clear reading. So so I think when I did it the second time, yeah. So yeah, so when I did it in what's that 2019, um, it was a little confusing, and because it said like I did number 45 first, and then I did the other person. So I said this is confusing. Both can't win. So it's interesting. It picked up that uh, I thought the first reading seemed to suggest he was going to go, he's going to win. But then the other one, I said, how could both win? And I did that. I aired it also. It's uploaded on my channel, so you can always see that as well. I did the whole thing for both. I did two separate readings for both of them. But in hindsight, what actually happened? Um, if it's true about the voting thing, the extra vote, that number 45 got the votes, the legal votes, and then they had you know, the other thing happening in the background, and so that's why he won. So, so it's interesting. So you had a lot of things play. So what does that have to do with now? Okay. Well, I'm trying to decide on a particular matter. And things change. Variables change. What you could do, you know, what you do yesterday and what you do later on. Things could change in the universe, the atmosphere, because this is all energy, and energy is always changing. And I know it sounds really new agey, and when I talk in terms like that, like everything what we do requires energy. It takes energy to breathe, to live, to do things, to walk. And if everything is exerting energy, we are being affected by each other's energy. That's what I mean. I don't want to try to sound new agey, I don't want to really go there. I'm not really into that. I mean, but, scientifically speaking, if you can measure energy, if you have a lot of things going on, you know, um, it has to settle. And there are a lot of variables that are influencing. So I don't know. In a nutshell, I don't know. I mean, I wrote down these questions, and I have here, but my stuff, my different I have different tarot cards, my notepad and everything. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm a little scared. I am a little scared, and that's why I wrote down my questions yesterday. I wrote down like 7 questions that I wanted answered. And I wanted to use more than one deck to see what if it's consistent. Um, yeah, I wrote down the questions yesterday morning, but I'm wondering whether I should change the date on. I mean, see, it's a new day and new energy, and I don't know. I want to be fair with myself. So I wrote down those questions at that time and what the energies were. I hate to say that energy. What was in alignment at that moment in time? That's what I'm saying. At that moment in time, with the questions I had, what is the possible outcome? So I have the same questions. Yeah. So who knows? Yeah, this is something. Um, Not sure how I want to play it. Yeah, I want to do the cards, do them again, and really meditate on it. So, anybody that have any questions? Let's see. Let me see if anybody has a question. Yeah. Yeah, I can't think of anything else. So I think I covered everything that I wanted to talk about. I know I didn't talk much about the cards, but in essence, um, there's a time and season for everything. A time and season, what applies at that moment may not necessarily uh, um, apply in the next moment because things are always changing. It's like doing a business deal. Let's say you're starting a company. Now, if you start, have your grand opening done today versus a month, it might make a big difference. And different laws will apply, slash, different energies apply for that moment. And some things are better at one moment over another. So that's all that I'm really trying to say. Yeah. So I don't know. I did a lot of walking yesterday. I walked all the way to the village. It's hot. Usually, if I don't go out by a certain time, because the afternoon it gets hot. I don't know. I mean, I would like for us to go out, but you know, it's, see that my little girl there? She doesn't want to really walk. Yeah, she said, "Mommy, I want to go back in the car." Yeah, because I think it gets too hot. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so usually I leave early, try to get it when it's cool out there. And then, um, I just relax indoors when that sun is real up in the sky. Mm. So who knows? Let me get myself ready for whatever if I want to go out or whatever. Let me get my day going. So I hope you enjoyed this content out there. I hope it makes sense. And again, yeah, I want the best for everybody. Yeah, so I talked in brief. I talked about I saw this seal. This looked like a government seal in my vision. And then in like a tunnel-like vision, I saw these creatures look like ants, giant ants, and they see me or something. I don't know what they see, but they saw me. And I mentioned really quickly of the African guy that I saw a week ago in my vision. And it just looked as if I'm looking at a video, and then he notices me and he got a spear to poke at me. And then I talked about China and the government, things changing economically here. I talked about today's the anniversary of a family member who passed away 13 years ago today. Yeah, may he and another family member who was buried a year ago tomorrow, and may he rest in peace and all that. Yeah, so that's basically what I talked about today in a nutshell. So those of you who are just coming on board with it, that's basically what I talked about. And yeah, so if you're just coming on, you could just play the video, um, this live stream in its full if you're just relaxing, things like that. So thank you for listening. And those of you who like this content, you may wish to PayPal me to support this channel. Um, yes, my channel name is Spirit Journey. And you just go on my channel, and on the top right of the banner of the channel, you will see the PayPal me link. Just click on the link, follow the prompts, and any amount would be greatly appreciated. And I'm appreciating you. I appreciate you now. I thank you now. I thank you for the thumbs up. I thank you for your support, your emotional support, and for coming on with me on these live streams. Take care and enjoy the rest of your beautiful day. happy Monday. Bye-bye.